the unwanted behavior with this horse is we recently moved him here, and we'd like to get him out of the paddock, across the property, into the round pen so he can get some regular exercise. But he goes walking out into that open space and wants to take off, and he has learned somewhere along his life that he's big and strong, and when he wants it his way, he can make it happen by bullying. So I've asked Christina to come out and work with him and show me how I can safely get this horse to stay with me at the walk from his paddock across the property to the round pen.
Hi, buddy.
Do you want the...
Much added to that, we will say that Hanktos here is actually very kind, not mean-spirited by any means, just needs a little guidance to understand human placement versus horse placement. Right, Betty? So you start out with exercises in here first, before you take them out into the big world out there. So
Okay.
you want to start out with exercises in here in regards to getting him attached to you and keeping him with you. That way, when you start stepping out into an area that's bigger than this current enclosure, that he's going to rely on you for that placement from point A to point B.
Okay, great.
And beginning with that, you just want to create a little bit of a bond and a how do you do, so to speak, introduction, especially since I've never really handled him too much before. So you just want to start out with the kind introduction and let him know what's going to be happening rather than just manhandling the composure to make it happen.
Yeah, well, that won't work.
Yeah, no, he's too big and I'm too small.
No.
Yeah. So with there, he's going to step a little bit into my space. So I just ask him to back off, and again, this is obviously no halter. You just let him know that this is your area, your space. They don't need to be bullied, they just need to be pushed back a little bit.
Just out.
That's Josie, our resident herd dog. Good boy. Good boy. So what I'm going to do is just see for a minute here and just see if he will connect to me. Let me know. So I'm going to give him the option. He's going to step into me, so I just stepped into him and brought my space back. Good boy. And of course he's staying soft-eyed, not scared. Nothing's big. Good boy. Okay, come on. Come on. Good boy. Come on, buddy. So right now, you're just seeing that he's obviously he's confused a little bit because you're his bread and butter and he doesn't know who I am. So he's going to go to you always because he knows you, he trusts you. He doesn't know who I am and whether he trusts me or not. So he's not going to connect right away. So the connection between you two is already obviously there. But I need to gain that trust. And that's up to the human. Good boy. Ready? Let's go. Good boy. Good boy. for a minute he was going to leave me, and he chose to come back. So, a little windy. So you can see he's just connecting with me. These are little drills that you can do. It's all right. Good boy. Little crossover there. Good boy. So again, little drills you can do to connect you guys before you head out in the big area. To some, this might seem like a lot of work just to get from point A to point B, but when there's a problem in between there, when there's a problem in between there, you have to gain that trust with each other before you head out into the big world. Then if you head out there without doing your A, B's, and C's beforehand, you're going to have a complete eruption. And then you're going to be
That's what almost happens.
starting from square one, and it's going to be a very long process. So instead of breaking that all, you start out building it and then go, you know, you actually, quite honestly, might not make it all the way out to the big round pen. You only might make it halfway. That's quite all right. That's their decision at that point to let us know that they're not ready for that next half. And that's okay. And that has to be okay with us.
Yeah.
Hi. 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 Little tool here, little fun game. This is a good way to get a horse nice and solidly broke sometimes. He's gonna run back to you for trust, right? He's still looking at me. He's like, what are you doing? But you're the solid rock. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. It's okay. Good boy. Notice how he didn't turn his rear on me? He's fronting me, which is a respect. So he doesn't want to be mean to me. He just is looking to me for a little bit of guidance. And he's fronting me, which, like I said, is respect, but it's also a little bit of curiosity too, and not, Josie, and not a form of I'm going to kick the ball and I'm going to nail you in the interim. It's not a mean thing. He's not mean-spirited at all. Good boy. You're okay. Oh. You're okay. It's okay. Yeah. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, come on, let's go. There you go. I'm going to put this right back where I found it. Good boy. He followed me with it, the small things, 1/4 inch at a time. Good boy. I'll have it. Reintroduce yourself. Back him off. He's going to leave me, which is okay. That's his choice. That means that I need to do a little bit more work before he stays with me. So that's us needing to know that, or me needing to know that. And that's not a bad thing. Hey, bud. be attached to me when I'm going to be handling him out there, he's not going to be with me at all. So the big focus here is to try to get him connected to me, try to get his brain working, for me to let him know where he should be and shouldn't be, and to stay with me, not leave me when I open that gate. Boy. Hi. Okay, you ready? No? Nuh-uh. Back. I don't want him stepping into me again. I want to keep my... Boy. Okay, you ready? And see how he's licking and chewing through all this? When he's licking and chewing, he's releasing endorphins, and those are good endorphins. Those are endorphins of understanding and... Hey.
Being comfortable.
And comfort, yeah. Again, I'm going to ask him to back out of my space. And there's an old saying that goes along with this, and it's a saying that Steve has always taught me, and that is, if you tell a horse 100 times and they don't get it, ask them 101. Good, huh? Okay, ready? Ready? You ready? Right here, he's going to go make a choice to go to the camera and say hi. But what we're also going to be looking for is for him to make a choice to come back to me. And if he makes that choice, I'm getting somewhere. If he doesn't, I have more work to do. He's very curious. Come on, bud. That's a good start. See, now he's looks to you for comfort, and he looks back to me again to try to figure out exactly who he needs to be going to, but respecting both of us at the same time. Come on. And this is where patience and perseverance comes in, because you really have to wait on the horse. You can't make this happen. You have to wait on them, and they have to make the conscious decision whether they feel comfortable with it or not. And then every now and then, see how he keeps his ears toward me, looking at me. Every now and then, what we need to do as humans is give a little bit extra. So what I'm going to do in this situation, because he is fronting me and he's facing me and his eyes and ears are on me, I'm going to give a little back. So I'm going to break my mold, think outside the box, and go, if I do 2 steps towards him, will he then do 2 steps towards me? And him and Josie are going to have a face-off.